The biggest issue that people are consistently raising with me is the NHS. They're very keen to talk to us about our policy to train and recruit 1,000 doctors and 5,000 nurses. They're seeing the issues from having a shortage of doctors, obviously in A&E, the challenges that there are in recruiting enough for our GP surgeries as well. And they're keen to know who's in charge. And we're explaining to people that Labour have actually been in charge of the NHS and directly in terms of North Wales for almost 20 years now. I think people are getting fed up with the same old type of politics. They're feeling a bit taken for granted, a little bit left behind. So they're very open to looking at the alternative, and they're very keen to hear what we've got to say. They can see that we've got solutions to put on the table as well. We're not just there to point out all the bad things, but we're there to explain how we'll make it better, and that's going down really well with everybody.
Has your approach to this campaign been affected at all by the emotional weight behind the by-election and the vacancy of the seats?
I think just in the sense that obviously this isn't an election anybody wanted, and by-elections sometimes by the nature take place in quite difficult circumstances, and for me as a candidate your first thoughts are obviously with the family of Carl Sargent for obvious reasons, but we live in a democracy. Alyn and Deeside needs an assembly member, so we'll campaign on issues like the NHS and things like fair spending for North Wales, and we'll make our case to people.
How significant as well do you think would a Plaid Cymru seat in the northeast of Wales, when most of them have always been out west?
It'd be absolutely historic. It would signal a real sea change, and I think that's why we're keen to fight as hard as we can for every single vote. We know we've got to win people over one conversation at a time. That's not easy, but you've got to be committed in the long run to achieving that, and that's what I'm up for.
Why have you decided to run?
I want to make a difference. I'm not really interested in the same old, in managing the system. I really want to shake things up a bit. I think we need to take Wales in a drastically different direction. I think we've got the vision to do it. I think we've got the know-how, the policies, and we need to get that message across to people, so it's an opportunity to knock on people's doors, to speak to as many people as possible and explain, listen, this isn't as good as it gets. There is an alternative out there, and if you give us a bit of time, look at our policies, I think you'll find that we could deliver a massive difference for North Wales and for Wales as a whole.